Around 6th grade, I was sexually abused by a cousin.
I was sexually abused before I had the mind to remember. And that, I believe, is what caused me to start making the poor choices in my life.
In my teenage years, I was cutting, I was suicidal, desperately crying out for help. Then, 18 years old, walked into a strip club to become a stripper.
By the time I was 16, I was using cocaine and taking LSD. When I was 17 years old, I walked into a strip club.
I made friends with the bouncer there who overlooked the lap dance area. It turned into a relationship, but ultimately, he raped me of my virginity.
I did meet a man at that time, too. It became really abusive with him physically. The breaking point was the night I fell to my knees in our condo when he locked me in the room for over 24 hours after beating me really bad.
I started having anxiety attacks all the time. My jaw clenched up from PTSD.
I was spiraling out. I had no family. I had no home. I didn't have real love.
I was just miserable, so oppressed that I couldn't get off the couch most days. I knew it was time to actually deal with it.
And I just said, I actually yelled, I screamed, I said, God, if you're real and you are out there, please, please, you've got to help me. I can't do this anymore. And it was in that moment that he showed up the very next day, and the guy that I was dating got arrested by the feds. And I felt like in a moment, it was like his peace filled me. For the first time, it flooded my heart. And that started my journey of, oh, wow, God heard me. He answered my prayer like that, like so fast.
I went to church. All I could remember was this tug that I had never felt before. And I was afraid inside because I knew that tug, that pull was telling me to go up to the altar. It was like this feeling that I couldn't push away, and he just met me, and I just physically felt him for the first time. I walked away with a taste of freedom that I never had before.
I started just doing deep dives into just prayer and the Bible and asking God to lead me to the people or the ministries or the places where I was going to be able to get set free.
I went to a Bible study and I met a friend.
First day we met, we were at Bible study with other women that have come out of the club. And her and I, our stories were so much alike, being 20, 25 years out.
And we just connected on this just deep level. And we knew that God was connecting us. And we found that by us sharing our story and maybe just being a little bit further along out than these girls who were strippers in the club or had just left the club, that they had a safe place.
And so within a matter of months, the Lord spoke to both of us and said, I want you to do this ministry together called She Was Made for More. We come alongside these women and we teach them about their identity in Jesus, who God says they really are. And we push back and cancel out the lies that the enemy has caused them to believe, that they've believed their whole life because of trauma, abuse, all that stuff. But all that stuff is just a redemption story when we meet Jesus.
God gave me the verse, Luke 8:48, and it says, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. And I knew that I wasn't well. And I knew that I did not have peace until I reached for him, the hem of his garment, and I got my peace. And I was well.